Welcome to Well Balanced Kids' latest video. Today we're going somewhere really cold and somewhere not many people get to visit, so we're really lucky. We're going to the Arctic. What do you like about the Arctic or our Antarctic, the ones of the North Pole and the South Pole? I think I like the penguins. I love penguins. I love the way they walk and the way they look at you, and they're such funny little characters, aren't they? I also love all the snow. It looks so beautiful with everything so white and grey and maybe sort of a pale blue. It's very stunning scenery, isn't it? I think it'd be rather cold up there though, and I'm not too keen on the cold, so I don't think I'll be very good there for long. But today we're going to imagine going to the Arctic and seeing all the amazing animals that you get there. Got to look after it because it might not be there forever, and we want it to be there for other people, don't we, and future generations, and make sure that all those animals survive. So let's warm our bodies up, because we're going to need to be warm if we're going up to such a freezing place, won't we? Off we go. So we're going to say thank you to the sun, because we get the sun in the Arctic too, even if sometimes of the year you don't see it for very long. So let's roll our shoulders back, get them all nice and flexible for doing all those climbing up icebergs. And we're going to have good strong legs to go stamping through all that snow. I hope you've got some warm clothes on today, because we're going to need our big snow boots and our big warm waterproof clothes, aren't we? Bring your hands up tall as if you're stretching to get those clothes down off the shelf maybe. Because what we're going to do as we put our bottoms back and our nice flat on our backs is we're going to put on our big snow boots. Let's put our hands to the ground and stretch our legs back, just to check that these trousers are good and stretchy and good for climbing around all those icebergs. And we want to make sure that we're nice and strong. Perhaps we've got a sledge that we're taking with us that can carry all our equipment. This looks like a sledge, doesn't it? Let's bring our knees down, bring our heads to the floor. Maybe we're a big snowball, all rolled up tight, all packed snow in the or ice. Maybe we're a little dog stretching out, a husky looking up at the night sky. Or maybe we're a husky pulling our sledge that's stretching out our back and stretching out our legs before we take that sledge for a ride, really pushing back and pushing our bottoms in the air like dogs do when they're having a good old morning stretch. Let's stretch our leg on the other side. Check that that side works well too. Bring our feet together and flatten our backs and stretch up high for more clothes that are on the top shelf. Or is that a good sun salutation in the Arctic? Let's do it again. Because we need to be really warm if we're going to be somewhere that's so cold. So roll those shoulders back and roll them forwards. Stretch up high for those snow boots on the top shelf. Let's put those snow boots on, one leg and then the other. Then stretch out those ski trousers maybe, or warm waterproof trousers that's going to keep us dry. And let's pack our sleigh full of all our equipment. Make sure it's standing nice, straight and firm, otherwise all the equipment's going to roll off. And let's see that snowball or ice ball all rolled up on the snow. And here come the dogs, the huskies that are going to pull our sledge, who are bending one way and then bending the other, having a good stretch before they get tied to the sledge to pull all our possessions along. And then stretch out that other leg. Make sure those trousers aren't going to break. We need good clothes if we're going to keep warm. And then flatten out our backs. Maybe tie up our snow boots, making sure our feet stay nice and dry. And stretch up high and lean back. Thank you for doing that sun salutation. So first of all, on our trip, on our adventure to the Arctic, as we get off our boat and as we climb onto land, onto a shelf of ice, what do we see? What might this be? Do you know what it is? I think it might be my favourite. It's the penguins. The penguins of the Arctic. There's so many different types of penguins, isn't there? So let's do a little penguin walk all around. Maybe you want to go from side to side. Maybe you stretch all the way over to one side and all the way over to the other side. And maybe in our feet, we have a little egg. And maybe we're going to tuck right down to check that our egg is safe in our feet and come all the way up again before we walk a little bit more. We have to walk really closely with our feet right together, otherwise we're going to drop our egg, aren't we? So let's keep walking this way and that way, and maybe we just move our arms a little bit and then bend one more time to check on our egg and come back up. Just as well, we checked that our egg was okay, because in the sea over there is a huge, big orca whale. And so I'm glad we're out here on the ice looking after our eggs, because that big orca whale could eat us all up and our eggs too. So let's become our orca whale. Let's put our bellies on our floor, zip up our legs, point our toes, look straight down at the mat and bring our hands together. And then bring our hands and our feet and our heads all up at the same time. Can you do that? And bring them down. So that orca whale is swimming through the seas. So let's see him swim through the sea again. Oh, he's coming. Isn't he beautiful? All black and white, gliding through the ocean. So big, and eats so many fish. But another creature that's nearby, that's not in the sea or on the ground, but swirls through the air, is a snowy owl. Snowy owls are almost completely white, so it's really hard to see them in the snow. So we're going to become a flying bird. So place your foot firmly on the floor and bring your arms out so they're shoulder level, like so. And then just go forward. Now you might just go to here, or you might go further and go soaring through the sky, rolling round, seeing what you can see, seeing whether you can find any little rodents scurrying around on the ice. And don't forget to do the other side. So one foot nicely strongly placed, good balance, hands up to shoulder height, and then lean forward. Just go as far as you can go, making sure you don't fall over. Soaring through the Arctic. And oh, when this owl goes soaring through the Arctic, what can it see down on the plains, on the snow? But a huge creature that's big and white. Perhaps it's this creature that's here, the polar bear. So to be a polar bear, we're going to go into downward dog pose, but we're going to do it as a wide-legged downward dog pose because the polar bears are really big, aren't they? So bring your feet right to the edges of the mat if you have one, much bigger than shoulder width like we usually do. And put your hands at the edges of the mat too. So you're doing a really wide-legged downward dog. So you're taking up lots of space. Maybe you want to get your legs further back so that you can push from your hands, getting a nice straight back. Oh, can you feel how big you are as a polar bear and how all the other animals run away from you because they can see you coming? Maybe you could do some polar bear walking. Maybe you're having a look for your dinner. He looks like he's looking for his dinner, doesn't he? Maybe in the Arctic we can see some other creatures. But these are more known for being in Lapland really than the Arctic. But it's certainly in very cold places. We're going to become Father Christmas's favourite animal, a reindeer. So 1 foot forward, knee over the ankle, bring the other foot up, and then bring our arms out like antlers. If I go forward, you'll see what I'm doing. So legs spread out wide, back leg off the mat, and then arms. There we go, like big antlers. Can you see? It's a really good stretch for your back leg. Don't forget to do the other side with the other leg down. And there are the antlers. Looking forward, stretching all the right way. I don't know what noises reindeers make. Maybe you know. And you could make a noise of a reindeer running through the snow. Another animal that likes living in the snow is the walrus. And they like to lie on their tummies, don't they? So let's lie down with our hands underneath our shoulders and our legs tight together like a walrus. And then bring your head up, maybe looking around and seeing. They make some funny noises, don't they? Can you make a walrus noise? Is that a walrus noise? I don't know really. I've never seen one in real life. You can have some fun trying to be a walrus though. Even if you don't know what they sound like, it doesn't matter. It's just a bit of fun. Well, my walrus might sound strange, but I like it anyway. And oh, what's that running across the snow? Is that an Arctic hare? Arctic hares are like big giant rabbits that are completely white. So we're going to sit in hero position, which is just sitting on your feet. Can you see? I'm just sitting just like this with a nice straight back. And you could have little rabbit hair type ears, couldn't you? And you could also do rabbit face, maybe rabbit breath. Do you remember rabbit breath? It's when you wrinkle up your nose as much as you can and breathe in. And slowly breathe out. Can you do that? Wrinkle up that nose. What lovely Arctic hairs you are. So, what we're going to be finally, well, we've seen lots and lots of snow and lots of ice. So we could be an iceberg or a snowball, couldn't we? So you could be a snowball by rolling yourself tightly into a ball and rolling across the ground like so. Or you could be an iceberg or a bit of iceberg lying on the ground like so, just feeling yourself getting heavier and bigger as it gets colder and it snows, and sinking into the ground, and the snow turning into hard, hard ice as it sinks down together. Or you can imagine that you're deep in the snow, like a little creature burying itself down somewhere warm. Or perhaps you're an egg at the bottom of a penguin's foot, being looked after by your penguin mummy and daddy. You're a little penguin in an egg about to come out. And as you come out, you slowly, slowly uncurl to become a little baby penguin. Did you like our Arctic yoga? I hope you did, because it's a nice thing to do. So today in our mindful activity, we're going to be talking about different emotions and something called an emotions thermometer. Now you might know a thermometer as when your parents put it in your mouth when you're feeling unwell, and they might put a strip across your forehead, or they might give it you to suck, and it tells them what temperature your headache or your head is. An emotions thermometer, it's not quite like that. It's when it tells us what emotions we are, and it's different colours. So you might have red if you're angry. You might have orange if you're feeling really sort of fizzy and a bit unsure and a bit energy. And you might have green if you're feeling calm and relaxed. And blue if you're feeling a bit sad and a bit down. So if someone was going to take your emotion thermometer temperature, what colour would you be right now? Would you be red, angry? Would you be orange, oh, a bit fizzy and excited? Would you be green, calm and relaxed? Or would you be blue, a little bit sad and down? I hope you're feeling green, or maybe a bit of orange. Those colours are more positive, but it's okay if you feel red or if you feel blue. Those emotions are absolutely natural and fine too. So good to recognise what emotions we're feeling, and maybe sometimes giving them colours can help us identify what they are. So we're feeling a bit red today, or feeling a little bit green. It all helps if we can talk about our emotions, because that can help us feel better. So today's breathing exercise is we're going to be one of those Arctic owls. We're going to pretend that as we breathe out, we're going to be an owl going twit-doo. So I want you to breathe in a nice big deep breath, and then draw out as long as you can the out breath by going twit-doo. Do you think you can do that? Let's give it a go. So breathe in and breathe out. Twit-doo. Let's try it again. Breathe in. Twit-doo. And one more time, let's really hear the Arctic owl twitteroo in the Arctic. Breathe in. Twitteroo. Well done. So today, for our relaxation, we're going to go for a walk in the Arctic. So get yourself comfortable. Pause the video if you need to go and get blankets or cushions or anything you need to get nice and cozy. And when you're ready, lie yourself down. And if you can, lie on your back facing the ceiling with your palms facing the ceiling. And if you want, close your eyes. Because today we're going to be with people we love and trust. And we've got all the right clothes to keep us lovely and warm. Lovely furry boots and warm waterproof trousers and a big furry jacket that keeps us nice and cozy as we go for a walk and explore in the Arctic. And we can hear the crunch of snow beneath our feet, and we can see blue sky up above, which contrasts with the white snow and the icebergs that we can see all around us. And they're making lots of noise and lots of bother, and loads of penguins, hundreds and hundreds of penguins pottering around on the ice, looking for fish, feeding their young, having fun with each other. A big crowd of them, and they look so happy and content as they wander around in the snow. And perhaps some distance away, there's some walruses lying in the sun. Just lying on the snowy beach, rolling in the snow and making their funny noises and feeling their whiskers. Walruses are quite funny, aren't they? They do make some funny noises. We certainly made some today. And there, maybe in the distance, maybe you can see through a pair of binoculars, far enough away not to be too near or too scary, is a big polar bear. And he's quite happy, just plodding across the ice, looking for whatever he's looking for. He's not interested in us. He's got his own fish to find. And there in the sky, flying through the sky, is a snowy owl and maybe some beautiful Arctic geese. And there, hopping across the landscape, is the Arctic hare. All these white and grey creatures that are quite difficult to see, but so beautiful when we do see them. It's an amazing place, the Arctic. And though it's so cold, we can see our breath coming out in little puffs of clouds of air. We're really happy that we've got this beautiful place to look at and admire. We're so lucky on planet Earth to have all these beautiful creatures. And so I'm going to leave you for 30 seconds to imagine exploring on your Arctic adventure. Enjoy. And when you're ready, you can sit up. I hope you enjoyed our Arctic adventure. I did. Bring your hands together and let's say Namaste. And the goodness in me sees the goodness in all of you. Until next time, bye-bye.